Yeah, hello everyone, and welcome to today's webinar focusing on what's new in TVU One product line. So I hope everyone is safe and healthy. So with the limitation due to the pandemic at the moment, we understand that the time is precious, and so we are thankful for taking some time out of your day to join us today. So my name is Jay Teodoro. I am from Southeast Asia side of TVU Networks for business development. And along with my colleague Bill Pan, who is the Director for Technical Support for APAC. And we would like to introduce you to the newest product updates on the TVU One family and take you through some use cases and workflows made possible by these improvements. Yeah, just quickly, I'd like to show you our agenda for today. Although TVU One is a familiar platform to some, we will review the ecosystem shortly, and then we move forward to showcase the new features and workflows. We will also be looking at the 5G and 4K enhancements, as well as some underlying technologies enabling advanced workflows such as progressive download. So overall, we should take about 40 minutes, and we'll have an open question and answer at the tail end of this webinar. So please drop by any questions you may have into the Zoom chat, and we will address it as many as we can at the tail end of this webinar. So firstly, just a little history. So our headquarters is at the heart of Silicon Valley in Mountain View, California. So for the last 10 years, TVU networks have been in the fast-changing business environment. TVU began at the far edge of using cellular networks as video transport and have been steadily evolving that technology over time as it disrupted an entire industry. So with the list of innovative first. So in 2010, cellular news gathering technology was a novelty. Well, today it's actually it's an industry standard. A range of options for field acquisitions exist. From bringing your own device model like the TVU Anywhere, our phone-based app, to the highly compact hardware of the TVU Nano, to the industry leading TVU Pack, pulling bandwidth out of the air to transmit the live video has become new normal. So in 2014, utilizing the power of IS Plus transport technology, we did it again, launching TVU Grid as for distribution of live video using the IP across public internet at any scale. So TVU is becoming a de facto standard for IP distribution with hundreds of nodes on all 6 continents, carrying millions of hours of video each year. So satellite and fiber distribution are giving way to the age of IP, and TVU Grid is now at the forefront of that change. So in 2018, we also launched MediaMind. So this is AI-based solution. So harnessing artificial intelligence to transcribing, to searching, to indexing, and make available any video that flows through the TVU ecosystem. So disrupting the business of media storage, search, and archives. Now in 2020, where we are now, with the true virtual remote production solutions, TVU Producer and the TVU Party Line, which we just launched a few weeks ago, built and refined the crucible of this coronavirus. So you can learn more about these solutions from our website or from the previous webinars that we already shared to you. So there are a series of webinars from the last few weeks which covers these topics actually. But today we are going to do a dive into our flagship hardware product, which is the TVU One. And just want to make everybody aware that TVU is not just a transmitter pack company. So the components of TVU family fit together to form a media supply chain. So from the field acquisition to local linges, live production, media asset management, global scale distribution is all form of ecosystem. We cover it. So that is actively innovating traditional methods of manufacturing video. So let's check it out now. So today we are looking at the acquisition side family of TVU networks. So we will focus on TVU pack, the industry standard pack solution. So we cannot, although we cannot ignore its siblings, the smaller scale ones. So which is the TVU Anywhere on the mobile devices, downloadable to Android and iOS devices. So we also have the M-Link, which is can be installed in moving vehicles, and a small form factor of TVU Nano. So all range, all form part of the product line. All these devices all have a similar mission and functionalities. So which is to encode video and get it home at the best quality possible over a potentially hostile network environment. So all the field products share a number of features in common. So they are all leverage TVU's deep knowledge of efficient video encoding, and all this TVU IS Plus transport for the most dependable, low latency transport across public networks.
TVU are very proud to announce the latest iteration of the TVU One family, the TVU One 4K. A true 4K P60 encoder with HDR and 10-bit 422 chroma subsampling. The new 4K platform delivers the highest resolutions and frame rates with eye-popping HDR color, giving you more details in bright scenes and more realistic and vibrant colors throughout. The color depth and frame rate make it ideal for capturing sporting events, or any application where the very best quality is essential. At 4K 60p, motion is captured and transmitted in amazing detail. The state-of-the-art encoder can transmit 4K at as little as 3 megabits per second, and the 60p frame rate ensures the very crispest video possible, even at bit rates as low as 3 megabits per second, ensuring that the highest quality transmissions are at the lowest latencies. TVU One 4K combines TVU's patented IS Plus and smart VBR technologies, coupled with the most advanced hardware, 5G technology, extraordinary battery life, and its award-winning ease of operation and advanced features. Versatile and aggressive aggregation technology mean that the TVU One can always be depended upon to get the transmission home successfully, wherever you may find yourself. TVU One 4K HDR series. Part of the TVU encoder family, the TVU One 4K is the next step in mobile cellular performance.
So we've seen the new TVU One. So let's check now some few details of some physical aspect of this box. So it is easily the smallest encoder in its class. So that means 50% smaller than its closest rival. And it only weighs 1 kilogram. So that means 80% lighter than the other transmitter boxes. So all very useful if you plan to use it in the field up in the mountain. So why did I mention mountain? So, and who is that guy in that picture which is in the mountain anyway? So let's check the next slide. So just a few days ago, like I might say last week, to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the first successful Everest expedition from China side, in the spirit of Because We Can, Huawei and China Mobile drag a fiber optic data network up to the side of Mount Everest. So with the mission to create the world's highest 5G network. So to tell you guys, gigabit Ethernet is now deployed on Everest. But deploying cable modems in tents is a bit of pain. So China Mobile deployed the 5G to make the network accessible. So this network went live last month with the base stations and 5G capabilities at 5,300, 5,800, 6,500 meters above. So that's roughly around like 21,000 freedom units. So at the altitude of 5,300 meters, so the 5G download speed exceeded at 1.6 gigabit per second. So with the upload speed topping at 215 megabit per second. So that is actually certainly enough to get a decent TVU pack transmission off. So what this event really needed was live coverage from the Everest, let me say. So now the TVU had a 4K and a 5G pack waiting in the wings for a little while. So the news agencies took our packs and the dedicated TVU router to the camps in Mount Everest and used them for extensive live coverage of the event. So doing multiple daily live hits on the Everest. So using our 5G TVU packs. Now, even with the weight of the TVU One, so going up into the Everest summit is very done lightly. So perhaps, like better stated, it is done as lightly as possible. So, but who goes up there in the mountains anywhere without their cell phone? So everybody has cell phones. So the team from China used this took advantage of this. So they went up there, used their mobile phones with the TVU Anywhere and transmit live back to the base station. So the event culminated in live broadcast from the summit via TVU Anywhere on a 5G Android phone. And this is the TVU receiver view during that summit climb. So it took a live shots from the summit. So the picture you're seeing right now is the actual footage from the summit. So on the next slide, I will show you the live footage that we took, that we recorded from the summit of Mount Everest. So just forgive the audio quality is a bit low because it's just a cell phone and it's on the top of the Mount Everest. Yes, this is the actual view. Yeah.
我是受伤，超级上头，是光少探野记者。今天是2020年5月27日。
This is the actual footage from the
我
top of
现
the
在
mountain.
站在珠穆朗玛峰顶上，这是我助理许国凡部长，世界人民。
Yeah, so the size and weight is meaningless without the performance. But fortunately enough, that the TVU One is very capable of is a very capable platform. So the newest generation of TVU packs are powered by the most current generation of and most powerful mobile silicon available. So ensuring the system always delivers the best H.265 or HEVC quality at the lowest bit rates possible. So this big jump in technology means that the 1080p can now be routinely attained at bit rates as low as 800 kbps and 4K P60 at 3 Mbps. So let's think about it for a moment. So even if the 5G delivers its promise, it will still be highly geographical in nature. So, and events do not always happen in convenient places. And breaking news event or a ski world championship or the summit of Everest are all inconveniently placed. So the ability to achieve a quality shot at bandwidth we should have been happy during the 2012s mean only one thing for the user. So more successful transmission more of the time. So the combination of great hardware of TVU One and the power of the TVU inverse StatMux plus technology ensures more quality more of the time. So this slide just shows the IS plus functionality and capability. So I don't want to talk very much or very long about it, but the key to TVU packs network performance is the underlying transport technology that powers our ability to move data across the open internet fast and effectively. So the IS Plus algorithm is the state of the art in enabling this to happen. So we know that data loss will happen, so we anticipate it. So how much there will be and correct it in real time. So at the same time, the video encoder of TVU One is taking to the transport stream. And so if something bad happens on the network, the encoder adapts dynamically to compensate the loss. So we do know now that TVU One is light, powerful, loaded with the best technology available today. So we know it delivers live video in the best condition possible to anywhere it needs to be. So, but the TVU packs have always been loaded with features that often do not make the headlines, but make life easier and more productive of the broadcast community people. So this is their time to shine. So TVU One family's capacity to aggregate channels is only limited to physical radios and ports on the device. So the TVU One has six internal modems, one Wi-Fi, one Ethernet, and at least 4 devices via USB. So this could be multiple Ethernet connection, more cellular modems, multiple Wi-Fi connections, or etc. So all TVU packs have always had Wi-Fi capability, specifically for connecting to local bandwidth. So if you need to tweak something, you just need to connect via hotspot of this TVU One. So as we covered earlier, the IS Plus doesn't care. So the inbuilt hotspot available for this box is for the Swiss. It's like a Swiss knife functions, like I showed in the past slide. So the TVU One hotspot is the gateway to the pack local functions, like what I mentioned earlier. So you need to connect your mobile phone or laptop to remotely access it from the receiver. So you can stop live, you can start live using your mobile phone. So change the transmission settings, the bit rate, the delay settings, so using your mobile phone. So you can also access the return video feed with the low latency stream from your mobile phone, so controlling the receiver back to the field. You can also control the IFB or the VoIP and the high-speed file transfer, file editing functions. So you name it, so you can control it via your mobile phone. So as well as the TVU router gives access full to the multiplex speeds of the raw internet connection. So we know now that the hotspot can cover a lot of functions of the pack. So, but the touchscreen of the TVU One pack is there for its purpose. So the new TVU One 4K and the TVU One family in general are getting a major GUI overhaul, incorporating customer feedback. So we receive feedbacks from the customer, and then we innovate, we improve each week accordingly based on the requests of our customers. So we always give chance the customers, so whatever they want, like whatever is their suggestions or recommendation, we listen to it and we take the positive ones that could help these customers, these broadcast community customers. So it is a new, cleaner interface, as you can see on your screens right now, giving it more insight and control of the field crews without having to reach for their mobile phones. So this is touchscreen. They can control it already. They can tweak some settings already from the touchscreen panel. So when we looked at the link aggregation performance earlier in the presentation, we were looking at an actual road test of the TVU router. So TVU router is an optional license feature built into the entire TVU One family. So using the same IS Plus technology to maximize the available bandwidth, we can use the TVU router to pull the magic internet capacity of the sky. So we can run up to 200 Mbps of internet and internet speed and usable bandwidth. So right now I will share to you some accessories, new accessories actually of the TVU One. So it comes along with the new delivered TVU One packs. Okay, so this is the power pack. So we call this the power pack. So this is a removable and detachable external battery, like the camera batteries that you will see from the huge cameras from Sony's or from other from Panasonic, something like that. So this could be a gold mount or V mount. So as we mentioned earlier, the TVU One will run up to 4.5 hours on its internal battery pack. So but the gold mount and the V mount versions of the backpack are available. So allowing extended runtime using industry standard batteries. So these external batteries can be hot swappable and for unlimited runtime. So in a V mount variant, so TVU have taken the standard battery and added a twist. So moving to a TVU to USB-C for charging. So you can use this for USB charging as well. So not just for TVU One pack. So making the battery packs more versatile than their industry predecessors.
TVU has recently released a line of ultra-portable external V-mount battery packs. Our goal was to make the lightest, smallest, and most flexible battery pack for TVU users. TVU One already has an onboard, removable lithium-ion battery pack that provides up to 4.5 hours of live use on the latest TVU packs. The all-new TVU Power Pack extends the life of a TVU One transmission indefinitely by allowing hot swap of the external power pack without interrupting the TVU One live transmission. During the hot swap period, power draw seamlessly switches to the onboard battery. When a power pack is mounted to the V-mount plate in the TVU One backpack, it not only powers the unit, but also charges the onboard battery. An easy-to-read display shows battery status. We also incorporated some important features especially for field crews. The TVU Power Pack features a variety of USB connections, including USB-C, USB Micro, and USB Type-A. With this interface, it is not only possible to power TVU One, but also your accessories at the same time, including smartphones and laptops. The V-mount TVU Power Pack is available now in both 50 and 98 watt-hour versions. TVU has recently released a lot.
So for the added flexibility, the TVU One family are also available with the optional external antenna connection. So what you've seen right now from your screen, so that is what we call the SMB push connects. So this allows flexible and rapid deployment into a situation such as vehicle mount, where it is possible to take advantage of the presence of high quality external antennas. So this is detachable external antennas that can be attached to your TVU One pack if you need a higher, stronger signal from the network. So all TVU One since the TM8200 have had the ability to integrate remote video feedback. So that is video return. So this allows any receiver with which the device is paired to serve as the high quality video return. So with low latency return video channel to the field. So to the reporters or to the cameraman deployed in the field. So this video available on the smart device via the hotspot or HDMI via the new optional accessory that I will that is actually shown right now from in your screens. Yeah, also new for 2020 this year, it is the new wired remote control tally accessory. It allows single click to start live and to stop the live feed capabilities with tally indicator.
We are pleased to announce the TVU One wired remote control. This device is designed to be mounted to the shoulder strap of the TVU One backpack and connects to and is powered by the USB port on the side of the unit. Once connected and enabled, it's possible to trigger live and stop live of the TVU One unit. There's also a tally light that indicates whether it's live or not. This unit will be included with all new TVU One shipments and also available as an accessory.
So the TVU family launched that concept. So right now, so you've seen a lot of this new features, new accessories, 4K, 5G. So now I think we must go to the advanced 5G encoding to dissect it more. And to give you more information about it, I will introduce you my colleague from Shanghai office, Bill Pan. So Bill, you can now start sharing your information about this advanced 5G encoding.
Thank you very much, Jay. Thank you very much, Jay. Before we get to 5G, I want to talk a little bit about dual encoding. Jay, please go to the next slide. Since day one, all TVU transmitter devices have had dual encoders, and what that means is that there is one encoder that's dedicated for live transmission, and it's a VVR encoder, and it adapts quickly to the changing network conditions. In the meanwhile, we also have a second encoder that is always running in the background. It's a CVR high quantity recording that's recorded to the pack's internal SSD. And no matter whether you are doing live or not, you just need to have a SDI or HDMI camera connected. It's always going to be recording in a FIFO, first in, first out loop, 7-hour FIFO loop. You are able to get these recordings from the receiver side. So an operator at the receiver can access all recordings on an online pack. They can preview those recordings, they can select to play them or download them to the local system. This function has been there since the very beginning. Jake, please go to the next slide. Thank you. One of the features we introduced several years ago is called progressive download. And what progressive download allows you to do is, it's really the quickest way to get recorded content from the field back to the studio for editing. We've been talking a lot about live transmission usage in this presentation, but this one is more of a file-based workflow. What it does is, if I connect an SDI camera to the TVU One, and I'm just recording to the camera's own media, every time I hit that record button on the camera, TVU One is listening in the SDI stream for the record flag. And what it will do is, as soon as you hit that record button, it's going to create a mapping point on the recorded content on the pack. That's happening simultaneously as soon as that flag is detected. It's going to actually transfer the file that's recorded the same content in the SSD of the pack. It's going to start transferring it to the receiver. Then if I hit stop on that button, it's going to create a map out point, and you are going to get a mirror image copy of what was recorded on the camera's own media, transferred from the pack recording, and it does transfer over the high-speed aggregate link. So it's very fast. Next slide, please. Let's have a quick look
When
at
recording content in the field for later editing, the quickest and easiest way to transfer content back to the studio is to use TVU One's progressive download mode. TVU One is always encoding a high-quality CBR recording to the pack whenever a source is connected, whether you are live or not. When used with an SDI camera, progressive download monitors record flags in the SDI connection and creates markers on the TVU One recorded content. Every time the record button is pressed on the camera to start a recording or stop a recording, markers that match the camera's own recording are created. When not live, as soon as the record button is pressed on the SDI camera, TVU One transfers a file matching the camera's own recording perfectly, including source timecode, to the receiver via the high-speed aggregated link. This allows editing to begin back at the studio as soon as the content has been shot. The camera person does not have to change their workflow at all. They just need to record to the camera's own media, and TVU One automatically transfers a perfect mirror copy of what was recorded on the camera. When recording content...
Okay, great. So that's progressive download, and that's available to everyone who has a pack with enterprise software package today. And it has been for some time, but it's a real convenient feature. So on to 5G. 5G is obviously being deployed worldwide, and we are happy to report that the latest TVU One can support up to a couple of 5G modems. TVU has been working with leading embedded 5G modem manufacturers for some time on integrating modules into TVU One. These modules are true 5G 3GPP Release 15 devices that initially supports 5G sub-6 GHz bands. The modules also support worldwide LTE and 3G bands. It's certainly downward compatible. The latest TVU One supports 2 5G modules and 4 4G modules. Jay, next slide, please. So you know the nice thing about these modems is that they can live alongside LTE modems as well. And one of the things we got to remember with 5G is more complicated, especially in the antenna part. So you know, where for many years for LTE upload, we've been able to get a solution with 1 or 2 antennas. But with 5G, we are now talking about a minimum of 3 antennas per modem. And that's just for the sub-6 GHz band. When you get to millimeter wave, it gets a lot more complicated with active antennas and some other similar issues. Obviously, when you just load a system up with a large number of antennas and all those antennas are in close proximity to each other, antenna performance can be very powerful, and we do spend a lot of time developing our antenna design so that we can have a combination of 5G and LTE modems in one machine without huge modification. Put it another way, we'd like to keep TVU One's original size. So that's something that you'll see hitting the market here. In China, we are already beginning to ship these released 15 5G modems to customers, and they are using them on a daily basis, including Mount Everest, as we saw earlier in the video Jay showed you. Next slide, please, Jay. So now let's talk a little bit about remote production. Next slide, Jay, please. Thank you. So let's talk a little bit about remote production and what you can do with TVU One. About a year ago, we released a function called TVU Time Lock. And some of you may know we had another product called TVU RPS, which is our multi-channel wide remote production solution. But TVU Time Lock was also for remote production. But it used multiple TVU One packs and multiple TVU receivers, either single channel or dual channels. All of them were synchronized together to give you a synchronized transmission, but not based on an SDI cable. Every camera operator using a TVU One was free to roam without being tethered to a cable and do remote production using that setup. Next slide, please. On top of that, we are also introducing another new solution. We call it the Quad 3G SDI synced transmission. It uses an external adapter that takes up to 4 1080p SDI sources. It muxes them together as one 4K 60 or 50p source, transmits them using the TVU One 4K over cellular up to 100 megabits per second to a receiver that decodes it and demarks it back to 4 1080p SDI signals. So let's have a quick look at a video on that.
For the last couple of years, TVU has been the leader in remote production over commodity internet. TVU has multiple remote production solutions already being used by hundreds of customers around the world. These include TVU Producer, our cloud-based live video production tool, RPS, our 6-channel SDI fully frame synchronized remote production solution for wired network connections, and our TimeLock solution, which allows transmission of up to 6 synchronized TVU pack streams for untethered cellular remote production. An additional remote production solution we are just bringing to market now allows up to 4 1080p SDI sources to be transmitted fully frame synchronized using an optional adapter and TVU One 4K. With this solution, it's possible to connect up to 4 1080p SDI cameras and transmit a low latency, synchronized transmission via cellular uplink to a TVU receiver. At the receiver, all 4 sources are output via SDI. TVU IS Plus and Smart VBR encoding ensure the best possible quality transmission via aggregated cellular at up to 100 megabits per second, allowing multi-camera remote production from virtually anywhere. By using a low-cost external adapter, it is possible to use any TVU One 4K as a single-channel or multi-channel transmitter without the added expense of dedicated hardware.
Okay, now we've come to the Q&A session. So Jay, could you help check out the questions and we'll do our best to address all of them. Hello, Jay?
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Let me just check some questions from the customers who attended the webinar. Okay, so here we go. So number 1 question, so the first question is, what is the maximum encode bit rate the TVU pack can sustain?
Okay, thanks for the question. So right now, the default maximum encode bit rate for TVU One is 10 megabits, but it can be optionally increased. For example, for a 4K model, that the maximum encode bit rate will be set to 100 megabits. So basically, yeah, we can increase if necessary. Thanks.
Okay, so that question came from CNN Philippines. So we've got another question here from anonymous from GMA Network. So what do you think of the prioritized service offerings that are being offered on the market?
Okay, the carriers over the last couple of years have been trying to push what they are trying to sell is an enhanced quantity of service pre-authorized traffic type service. And there's a degree of use to them, but the problems we are running into more and more is really about RF congestion. So they can absolutely give you some QoS on the backhaul. You can build a sort of dedicated terrestrial network, and there are a few tricks that they can do on the actual data transmission side from the device. Basically just trying to remove as much noise as possible. So they suppress huge, as much activity as they can on the device to just move the packets they really need. But honestly, there isn't a huge ROI on this stuff. I mean, it is available, we can offer it, but our practical experience suggests it isn't super useful. We've got enough experience now in highly congested environments such as Super Bowls, Olympics, national conventions, protests. So honestly, at this point, I think it's better to rely on a robust mix of carriers. So you really want at least 3 of the carriers represented within your packs, and then leave IS Plus and H2.65 to do the rest. Yeah, so that's my suggestion. Yeah, a mix of carriers will be even better. And you know, the QoS service provided by the service provider must be pretty expensive, right? So it's also a way to save the cost by using the our IS Plus technology to do the job. Thanks, Jay.
Okay, so we got another question here from Indonesia. Is the progressive download feature a part of a certain software package for PAC?
Yes, actually, I mentioned it in my presentation. I mentioned that progressive download is available as a part of the enterprise software package for TVU One. So yes, so that's enterprise package.
Okay, another question. This one is from the country is Thailand. So as the product manager for the PAC, do you think TVU plan to add more SDI inputs to the TVU One PAC?
You know, the quick answer is no, that we don't really will support a lot of SDI inputs for the TVU One, because the TVU One's major job is to do the live transmission. So if we needed to do some like a production job, that usually we will have another solution we call RPS. So RPS can serve the purpose. So if you have a multiple SDIs that you want to do to transmit at the same time, that we will suggest to use RPS. So yeah, so that's our also the major reason that we don't want to do this. I think there are 2 reasons that we don't do this. The first is that it will increase the cost of the hardware, which not every customer would like to have. So this is a way to save the cost of the hardware. And the other thing is that you know that the TVU One, we aggregate the bandwidth in order to transmit a reliable transmission. So we don't want to like to waste the bandwidth while there are a lot of SDI sources connected. So yeah, that's my answer to this question.
Yeah, so we have another question from the audience. Sung Muk Kim. So for the remote production, does the tally signals go to the camera side?
Yes, so what we can do with tally in our RPS system is that we use IP-based tally. So yes, we needed to rely on an IP tally to serve the purpose.
Okay, so there's another question here for the TVU PAC going to the VS35 server. So the question is actually coming from Hanumanta Rao Madala. So from the TVU PAC to the VS3500 server output, so does it go directly to integrate with the production switcher without any frame synchronizer? Like output of the receiver going directly to the CCU of the camera for the production for the production switcher.
So Jay, could you try to explain the question in a more detailed way? Looks like I didn't quite get the question. Can you say it again?
Yeah, so his question is from the output of our VS3500 receiver.
Yes.
So
yes.
Does it go directly to the production switcher, and it doesn't need to go to any frame sync to be synced with each other with other sources? So video switcher.
Okay.
Going to the video switcher.
I think I got the question. So basically, it really depends on whether you need to sync with other devices. So if you want to sync with our other devices, we VS 500 as all other transceivers, we have a reference input port that can be connected with a frame synchronizer. So you just need to connect that port, then that can do the frame synchronization.
Yep. Okay. So just to add more on Bill's answer, if you have a house frame sync in the studio, you can just feed the one frame sync signal to our VS3500. It has a Genlock input, so you can just feed the house reference on that Genlock input to be synced with the whole studio system setup. So that is what Bill's trying to explain earlier.
Thank you.
So yeah. So another question: IP-based tally means IP-based tally means TVU production only. So is it impossible to give the tally from VMU hardware? I'm not sure with the VMU. That is the question coming from. So I think he is asking if the tally of TVU One is just IP-based tally. So and just for TVU production only. So it couldn't be integrated with other system. So I think that is the question.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yep. Let me just check. There's another one here. Okay. Hi, Sato. For detailed pricing, could you let us know the price? Okay, so there are some pricing questions, so price tags of each TVU One flavor. So for the pricing, our APAC sales managers will take care of this pricing. If you need some demo and proof of concept requirements, then you can just communicate with our TVU APAC sales managers for each region, for each country, that I will share later on. So let me just check if there are some questions. So there's another question, Vil, here.
Yes.
With the frame sync in the VS3500, allow for the TV standard conversion in the event we see a multi-camera, multi-region production example. So we are switching in that think this is a 50i, but I am receiving one camera from America. So different frequency. So the question is quite complicated. So will the frame sync in the VS3500 allow for the TV standards conversion in the event we see a multi-camera, multi-region production? For example, we are switching in 50i. The standard is in 50i, but he is receiving another source which is from America, which is 59.97i. Different.
I think this is a very good question, and it's a very detailed application scenario. Honestly speaking, that I cannot confirm this right now, but I will try to double confirm this to give you the accurate answer, so that you can. I think we will have your email address, and we will give you an email response to give you an accurate answer. I don't want to directly say it out without confirmation right now.
Okay, so one quick question from Thailand. Can you mix satellite Wi-Fi and cellular at the same time? Will you support the new satellite IP bandwidth solutions such as SpaceX? So
yes, of course. So what we need to remember is that just IS Plus doesn't care. So every connection, IP connections, we can aggregate them, no matter it's vegan or it's SpaceX Starlink. As long as IP that aggregate can aggregate, IS Plus can aggregate them.
Okay, so there's another question here from Donna Sequeira. what is the typical bandwidth required of the internet line on the receiver side for several 35 VS3500 units. For example, 4 or 5 VS3500 units. So how much bandwidth is required for the internet line?
So yeah, actually it really depends on which kind of the, so what's the bill rate of the current live transmission. So if it's just for HD live transmission, usually the bill rate setting, the maximum bill rate setting will be 10 megabits, and we will recommend a bit more buffer for the receiver side. So as long as the receiver side has like 15 megabits download speed, it should be more than enough. So if it's another, like if it's 4K live transmission, of course, that you may require a higher bandwidth, right? So usually we can use it, we can do the math by this method. For example, if the bill rate is 100 megabits, then the recommended bandwidth should be multiple 1.2. Let's give them like 20% buffer. So I think that's the either way to calculate.
Okay.
Thanks, Jay.
I think there's no more question left, but if you still have some question, I will share to you our sales managers contact details, so you'll be able to communicate with them, or we will contact you since we already have your contact. So we will share to you this video, this recording, so for you to able to go back and to review this webinar. So as of the moment, by the way, I just want to share to you our latest solution that we've just launched a few days back, which is very successful in Malaysia, which actually now trying to be used by the Korea of one of the Koreans live show, and this is what we call the Suara viral in Indonesia, in Malaysia. So I just want to share this footage to you, how the TVU Anywhere works. So right now I will share to you. Okay. Can you see now my window, this video?
Yes. We can see it.
Saya nak tambahan sikit lah, sebab saya memang tengok sofa ni dari setiap minggu.
So this is the actual live footage of that event. So as you can see, there are 8 monitors here. So these 8 monitors are coming from our TVU Anywhere. So it's a mobile device app. So, or it can be from a.
Jay, looks like we cannot. Sorry, Jay, to bother you. Looks like we cannot see your video. What we can see is a stick screen. So we can only see a static screen. We cannot see your video.
Which one? Okay. Okay. So I will share this now. Okay. How about this? What do you see right now?
Can you play it? Can you play it? Because we can only see a static screen at this moment. Can you try to play this video?
This one?
Sorry, no, still the same.
Okay.
Maybe you need to share another screen.
Okay.
Sorry guys, sorry for waiting. Let Jay give some time to fine tune it.
Okay. So
perfect. Looks like it's good now.
Okay.
Try again.
Okay.
Can you try it again? Can you play it?
Yeah. Do you see the screen?
We
now?
can see your mouse. Yeah. Can you hit that play button and let's see how it goes?
Which screen do you see right now, Bill? The video?
We can see a page MP4 the player's interface, and what we cannot see is that you didn't click the play button. Can you click the play button? Move your cursor and click the play button and see how it goes.
Yeah, it's playing now, but I think the video is black, just black.
Right, we cannot see it.
Oh yeah, so
but we can still hear the music.
Yeah, you can hear the music, but maybe we can share it later on with our customers. We will send it through email. That solution that we use in Malaysia, so they will be able to see how the TVU Anywhere is working right now globally. So it is being used now globally during this pandemic time. So the remote production setup right now is being powered by TVU Anywhere. So we would like to share that to you. So okay, let me just. Okay, for any inquiries that you might have, this is the list of the TVU APAC contacts. So you may just screenshot this or take a picture of this. So each region, each country has TVU staff, so that would be able to help you if you need some help, if you had some inquiries, or if you need some proof of concept requirement. So we surely be able to help you. So just take a picture of this slide. And with this, we'd like to say thank you to you guys, and we really appreciate your time, sharing your precious time to us. And we hope to see you again on our next webinars. So that would be sent to you as soon as we have the exact details of the next webinar. So we will send you email invites of the upcoming webinars. So with this, we'd like to say thank you on behalf of my team from Asia Pacific. So I would like to say thank you to you all guys. So have a good day, keep safe, and mabuhay from Philippines.